What's up, StaleMates? How many of you guys have ever owned a business before, or owned a store before, or owned something before? Maybe you were just a manager of a store. Maybe you just worked at a store. And if any of those things apply to you, you're going to know what I'm talking about today. Sometimes you have regular customers, and if they're a regular customer of yours, you have to keep them happy because they come to your store often. You know, they're in there all the time. They're spending a lot of money with you. You got to keep those people happy, right? So one of those regular customers calls you up on the day that you're supposed to be off. Sometimes you have to say, hey, I'm sorry, family. I know we had this nice Sunday planned out together, but I got to go up to the store today and I got to take care of one of my regular customers. That's the case today. I was supposed to have today off. It's freaking beautiful out here in the beautiful state of Iowa. We had a rough week last week. We had the El Derecho come through. I was going to, mow my yard. I was going to drink some adult beverages, but one of my regular customers called up. Matter of fact, two of my regular customers called up and said, hey, Mr. Zach, I got some tea for you, and it's a good one. I need you to open up the tea shop. So what do? I said, hey, family, I'm sorry. Content first. Here we are. Let's get into it. Thanks for watching. Who are the regular customers, you might ask? On one side, we have Pat, and on the other side, we have the other Pat. Both have been mentioned on our channel before. Mr. Pat Mineo has been on our show several times. Friend of the show, reoccurring guest. Pat Downey, the other Pat. He's been mentioned quite a few times on our show this summer. He's been the talk of the town, the Lizard King, PD3, all those things. World team member. Got to give him his props when his props are due. But first, let's talk about the Twitter tea. It all started at 7:53 p.m. on August 15th, 2020. Mr. Pat Mineo tweets, PD3 was supposed to run a big kids clinic today in Maryland, set up by his new agent B. Hamper. All the kids paid and drove there, and he no-showed. Sucker Punch Entertainment is finding out quick what kind of person they signed. Hand over face emoji, hashtag classy. He then responded to his own tweet with a screenshot of looks like a Facebook post in a wrestling group called Maryland Wrestling Uncensored, and it just shows, this was the clinic. Which I got to include this funny tweet by our boy Pelican Head. He said, uncensored, oh boy. That was good. Pat Mineo also wasn't done. He tweeted, PD3 told folks, hashtag don't be lazy, and then skipped his own clinic here. Meanwhile, he was eating a sandwich on a beach somewhere with the munchies on Snapchat, crying face emoji. Things were not looking so good for Mr. PD3 himself. He then, the next morning, he wakes up bright and early. He gets his coffee. He gets his Pop-Tarts, whatever it is that wakes him up in the morning, and he tweets a bombshell. Breaking news here. He says, and then if I show up, caption reads, PD3 infects entire big kids clinic by teaching with COVID. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. One thing is for sure, at Mr. Pat Mineo has the biggest hard-on for me possible. Did I not sign your t-shirt at the US Open or something? Take care, fanboy, crying emoji. He then also responds to another tweet that Pat Mineo put out, and he says, how come you can't report facts when it's pertaining to me? At Mr. Pat Mineo is obsessed with slandering my name, and I find it comical. It's sad when the internet gives people like this a platform. Hey, man, we're trying to get the views, man. We're getting the 400 subscribers. Speaking of, if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe. It's sad when the internet gives people like this a platform. Really nothing but a nosy, lying narc and nothing but slander and defamation of character. He then goes and tweets again. He said, food poisoning, coronavirus. I still outworked everyone that day because I'm hashtag always working. Meanwhile, you tweeting about me? Ha ha ha, fanboys. Flatter me. Thank you for my sandwich at Mr. Pat Mineo. I like Old Bay on the next one you fix for me. Hashtag don't be lazy. You got to get that trademarked. To which our boy Pelican Head enters the chat again. He says, you have COVID, ? He says, yes, but I'm way too healthy for coronavirus. Unfortunately, hashtag USADA has other ideas for me. So I believe he's got coronavirus or had COVID. That might have been the reason why he didn't no-show. I don't know those facts. I don't know the details with all that. But that is the defense at this point. Pat Downey also tweets a picture of, it looks like a camp that he did recently. He said, where was at Mr. Pat Mineo coverage of my seminar last weekend at hashtag Hillbilly Hammers before I got hashtag COVID, 10 hours round trip. Not to mention I teach for pennies on the dollar compared to these other at USA Wrestling thieves. And then he also tweets again. It says, it's so funny how people refuse to acknowledge hashtag truth or the hashtag facts if it doesn't help contribute to their preconceived narrative. Hashtag living lies. Hashtag wolves don't worry about sheep. Now, we have to rewind a little bit here just for the sequence of events. This was an original tweet that I already read where he said the original tweet about the whole thing. And then Twitter user Luke Wise says, this is disappointing for a lot of reasons, mostly for the kids, but also for PD3. I thought he had turned all this around. Okay, that is kind of all I need to read there. He says, so then Pat Mineo goes and says, what on earth would make you think he turned all this around with what you have witnessed on the internet for the last few months? Complete meltdown. So then Pat Downey quote retweets that. He says, this an idiot really believes the internet, hashtag bah, hashtag sheeple, hashtag live you lie. In that previous Twitter thread with Luke Wise, Pat Mineo tweets, he did more than tweet about women's freestyle, dude. Pat Downey then goes and quote retweets. He says, I told the truth. People got their feelings hurt, especially women. So coincidental that these allegations, which I've still yet to see, so please share with me, get fabricated the next day I wake up from tweeting about why Flo ain't putting women on the Greco card. That whole thing was referenced in a video that we did earlier in the summer. Like I said, regular customers, you get the title of the video now. Pat then sends out an individual tweet. He says, some people just need to be open hand slapped. I'll gladly catch another case if it means fixing your personal vendetta towards strangers syndrome you carry at Mr. Pat Mineo. Let me know if you want this 5-finger discount. So Mr. Pat Mineo comes back in the game. He tweets, and dude, you might want to contact Glen Burnie police. You missed your court date last week and they are looking for you. Active warrant, dude. You got bigger problems, but sure. Projected on me, not a vendetta, just facts. And he actually inserts what seems to be some sort of case search for Pat Downey with some misdemeanors that he has. I don't know anything about that. The first kind of bomb in this Twitter tea was Pat Downey saying he's got COVID, because we didn't know that. And then now Pat Mineo comes back with his own bomb, which is a case search of a receipt of Pat Downey having some sort of open case, which I did not know about. Pat Downey responds, why are you so worried about me? And then Pat Mineo responds to that. He said, hey, you unblocked me. What's up? Pat Downey, the third, responds, only because you're worse than a salty ex-girlfriend who got ran through. Keep my name out your mouth. I'd love to keep you blocked. Thanks. Protect your neck. Shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan. Pat Downey then responds to the actual receipt of the case search where he says, I only worry about felonies. Go ahead with this petty ass bullshit. Ain't nobody entertaining this dumb date. Me and my girl both ain't show, and we going to so let them waste their resources extraditing me, goofy ass state.
You could.
That was hard to get through. Another tweet of just his own. He says, at Mr. Pat Mineo must have had this brilliant idea of jumping on the hashtag cancel culture bandwagon. I bet I can get interactions if I make hate posts aimed at this guy people hate. LMFAO. PD3, I just learned out what LLS means, and now you're going to stop using it? You're going to start using LMFAO now? Bunch of sheeple, all bad. You got to keep that. I like that one. At each other, comical, blind, leading blind type of go follow puppet. Pat Mineo responds, cancel culture, bro. Stop fooling everyone. You didn't get canceled for an opinion. You have like 4 open cases and out here skipping trials, skipping clinics, worried about me. Get it together. Maybe you won't get canceled. Every phrase, it ain't me, chief, you the one on the run. This is a long one, folks. We're almost getting through it. Pat Downey then tweets, I ain't ever ran from anyone or anything. Again, lies, lies, lies. LOL. 4 open cases. This is bullshit. from before the World Championships. Your head so far up your own ass you can't even see or think straight. Hashtag comical. Pat Mineo then responded, you keep coming at me and I keep producing facts. Better to focus on what you got going on. PD3 responds, you are a blatant liar, and if spreading fallacies about others is what you get off to, then by all means do you. I unblock you to tell you that you're not reporting facts, so I'm slapping you on sight like the you are. Good day. It is not good day. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Pat Mineo responds, USA Wrestling is about to cut you off next. Go turn yourself in and do better. This act has gone on too long. You are too talented to be wasting it all like this. Believe it or not, there is a compliment in there. Pat Downey does not care about the compliment. He tweets 2 hands at Mr. Pat Mineo, which one you want.
I see him at Whole Foods. I'm gonna still slap that dude up because I don't like him.
PD3 then tweets kind of a reference to an older beef that he had just a few months ago. He tweets, when these goofy wet chicken nuggets just won't leave a mug alone with what looks like some sort of smaller bird landing on the eagle. Kind of funny. He then takes a shot at the wrestling room. Shout out to the wrestling room, where he tweets, when Mr. Pat Mineo said, we got the scoop, actually translate to, we got Wi-Fi and apps and the ability to play Gossip Girl and spread lies about people they never met to other strangers who are willing to believe it. But yeah, continue your noble wrestling room rants about me. Crying emoji. He then also tweets a patented Donald Trump fake news. Old Patty Boy has become my @CNN hashtag.
You are fake news.
All right, before I wrap this up, let's rewind a little bit. There was a little mini beef in this thing. The original tweet from the very beginning, this one right here, at Brian Hamper, who is affiliated with Sucker Punch Entertainment, which recently signed PD3 after he got thrown out of the NJRTC. They signed him. Brian Hamper tweets, next time at me and report the full story. Yes, Pat was not there, but luckily for the kids, everyone got a great workout by 3-team All-American Steve Fittery and refund. Let's not forget, this whole thing is about the kids, ladies and gentlemen. To which Pat Mineo responds, is he still signed to Sucker Punch? Brian Hamper says, yes, I know it's a foreign concept to you with the flip-flopping you do.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap.
But we support our athletes, and if there is an opportunity for personal development out of a situation, we will use it. It's sad you are so worried about his demise. You should do better. Pat Mineo responds, what's sad is you somehow turning this dumpster fire on me. Do better. You organized this and dropped the ball because you trusted someone you shouldn't have. Stop projecting that energy on me. It wasn't my clinic. Many people were upset and vocal about it. You support that? Wow. Brian Hamper, don't put words in my mouth, little Patty Boy. Clinic was refunded and a workout given by 3-time All-American. Extremely unfortunate for everyone involved and a black guy indeed, but we made the best out of the situation, and even your obsessive bias can see that. Pat Mineo, you support your athlete who has shown blatant misogyny, vulgar disrespect to our Team USA gals and all women, post drinking and driving drug use, and who is currently under criminal investigation for soliciting nudes from minors. Congrats, Brian. Way to stick by it all. Solid. Well, no comment. That was pretty much the gist of it. I don't know what else to say. There was a lot of he said, she said, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to get into any of the allegations right now. They're just that. They're allegations. I stay out of it. I only tweet what's already on the public forum known as @Twitter. So I also don't know any inside scoop. I am over here. Everybody's over here. Actually, I'm up here because I watch down on it. I see what's going on in the little Twitter village, and I run back and I tell the rest of the wrestling world who wants to know what's going on. Quite frankly, there's no wrestling going on. So if you tweet, you get in some drama, la 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 la, you might end up on the StaleMates show. By the way, thanks to everybody who has bought any merch that we had. Orders are being shipped. StaleMates Times t-shirt. This is my favorite one. I love what we do at the StaleMates Times. We've got the StaleMates white hat, which is actually not for sale. The first 5 people to buy a shirt got one. They're all out now. We have the other StaleMates hat. We have the bucket hat. We got the StaleMates RTC shirt. We got some other shirts coming up. We have a very awesome project that I keep alluding to. It's something that we've never done before. I'm very excited for it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe at StaleMates Show on Twitter, at StaleMates Show on Instagram, stalematesshow@gmail.com, www.stalematesshow.com. That's our website. We got StaleMates Bravo doing his thing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody.